Hey everyone, Angel Cosio here, and thank you for tuning in to another Cosio blade review. And today we're going to be taking a look at a Kershaw knife, and the knife we're looking at is the Kershaw Blur, the black blade olive handle edition. There you go. So I'll do a quick shot of this knife. You just check it out, if it'll focus. Backside. Alright, so like every other one of my knife reviews, we're gonna discuss the stats of this knife, the specs, and then give my own little personal point on it. So let's get right into it. So starting off with the overall length of this knife, so from tip to butt, it is 7.875 inches, so a tiny bit over 7 inches. The blade length is 3.375 inches, so a little over 3 inches for the blade, which is a really good EDC size. As you can see, my hands are kind of somewhat large, but it fits this knife pretty good, or knife fits my hand pretty good. So, and then closed length or handle length, so from here to here, or when it's closed, is 4.50 inches, so 4.5 inches. Again, like I said, good EDC size. The thickness of this knife, well, the handle is 47 inch thick, so it's actually a pretty thin knife due to these like aluminum scales, but not thin enough where it's like uncomfortable. So that's pretty nice. The blade thickness is, you can see that right there, is 12 inch thick. That is, I know for a fact, similar to the ZT-0350 and a couple other Kershaw knives. Their launch knives, I know, have that. That's just a pretty good little folder thickness. The blade steel for this knife is one I've never really dealt with myself. I've heard good things about it and stuff. But it is Sandvik 14C28N steel, or just call it Sandvik steel. And that's just a steel Kershaw is offering with these knives. It is hollow ground, and it has like a drop point style. As you can see, drops down, kind of a bit of a recurve. This is a Ken Onion design. You can kind of see the Ken Onion aspects of this knife. Like I said, the recurve and kind of the overall design. That's how Ken Onion designs his knives, which is neat. I like his knives. This one is a plain edge, and like I said, the handles are OD aluminum green with this kind of texture they got going on in there, and that just kind of increases grip. For example, a knife that's very similar to this is my own Kershaw Knockout, which is also OD green black blade, but this knife is pretty smooth. These grooves are kind of aesthetic, but it's pretty smooth in the hand, so if it gets really wet or your hands get sweaty, maybe that might be an issue, but that is dealt with here with the Blur. That's really not an issue. Very comfortable, and they're not overly aggressive. They're not going to bother you when you carry this and use it and stuff. And then two, if you could see there, right here, they kind of just made it smooth under the pocket clip so that it doesn't tear your pocket up when you carry it. So, like I said, this is the plain edge. Now, this knife comes in different variants. Tiger stripe blades, black blades, satin finishes, stonewash finishes, serrated, non-serrated, different handle colors, stuff like that. Bunch of different variants. Really great knives. Heard a lot of good things about them. This opening, it is a spring-assisted knife and a liner lock. You can see the liner there. Stainless steel liner, spring assisted, Kershaw Speed Safe, and it opens with a thumb stud. There's no flipper, but the thumb studs have a neat little look to them. You can see right there, they're kind of like ramped, and they have some jimping going on. So if you're lefty or righty, it works perfectly fine for both. Real easy to open, real nice. So also this knife has it's a right hand carry pocket clip. You could do a tip up, tip down, so you can switch it, but you cannot switch it to this side. So if you're a lefty, sorry Charlie. The weight for this knife, because of the aluminum, it's 3.90 ounces, so almost 4 ounces. Like I said in my other reviews, weight never really bothered me. I tend to like a heavier knife, but these are perfect. These aren't too light. And for those of you who cry about weight, that's the weight of it. So if you like that, you know, that's your thing. Anyway, I guess last thing I could say is the price for this knife. This knife runs at about, this one specifically is $64.95. I'm sure you can find it at different places, different prices, and the variants change their prices, you know. So if you get a real stock plain one, excuse me, the price is going to be kind of cheaper than this. If you get other blade upgrades, you know, S30V, stuff like that, they go up to like $80, you know, stuff like that. So you know, the price will differ between the models, the variants of these knives. And last thing to say, that this knife is made in USA, and I've been really liking that with Kershaw Knives. They've been really coming back and making some USA blades, USA made blades, and it's really neat. So the deal with this knife is this is not owned by myself. It's brand new. It's kind of like I unboxed it actually before this video just to look at it, but this is a gift for a family member of mine, and it's his birthday, and a cousin of mine, and we wanted to get him a good knife. And the Kershaw Blur is a really good knife that you can have for like EDC, and it's a good old USA made blade. So my initial impressions of this knife, just handling it like I am right now and stuff, I think it's a fantastic knife, and I'm surprised I don't own one myself. I think seriously I will have to pick one up, and because like I said, I have the Kershaw Knockout, which is a wonderful knife, not taking anything away from it, but why not have a Blur? You know, I have a couple launch knives, but not a Blur. So anyway, this knife is I'm not really going to use it. I guess we can show you cutting. This is just like an index card, but as you can see, very sharp. So you get the point. I don't want to use the edge up too much on this because, like I said, I want to save the knife for my cousin. So anyway, I want to thank you guys for watching this video. If you like these knife reviews that I do, go ahead and check out my channel, and leave a comment, like, do whatever you want. Thanks for watching, and I hope you guys have a good one.